Hello from TIFF friends. I am back to talk to you about one of the films that's premiering at this year's festival called NIKA Madison, directed by Eva Thomas. This is her first feature film. And to learn more about the film, I will be speaking with one of the stars of the film, Star Slade, who plays Madison. But just to set up the film for you, if you have not seen it, it is a film that is about two Indigenous women who have grown up together. They're childhood friends. They've been estranged for a while because Madison goes to study in the city and Nika has decided to stay home on the res. And something happens during Madison's visit to the res, and she is in danger. She gets into a situation with a police officer, and Nika comes to her rescue. But given the circumstances around the police involvement with the community and mistrust and just fearing that they're not going to be believed, they go on the run. So this is a story of the two of them, their friendship, their resilience, and finding a way to find their voice and tell their story. So I'll leave you with my interview with Star Slade. Good morning from TIFF.
Good morning.
I'm sitting here at the Intercontinental with Star Slade. Nice to formally meet you.
Nice to
We
formally
met
meet
offline
you.
already.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me this morning. Star, for folks who have not been familiar with your work in the arts, can you tell us a little bit about your work? I know you're an actor, but you do other work as well.
I do, yes. As an actor, did you want me to speak about projects I've done in acting or other
Sure.
things? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. I have been acting professionally since I was a teenager, and I've been very lucky to have been on many different realms. I did a show called Burden of Truth, which played on CBC and CW, and it was on Netflix for a bit. I did that for 4 years, which was a beautiful experience. And yeah, I've been in several movies, several films. Just kind of, I've been really lucky in my career to work quite a lot, and actually did my first theater production we wrapped maybe a week ago.
Oh, congrats.
And thank you so much. It was an amazing experience, and that was my first professional play, which I loved.
What play was it?
We did Oleana by David Mamet.
Oh, wow.
And might I just say, we accomplished that in 12 days of rehearsal time. And then we were at the Tarragon.
Yeah, that's a short time.
Yeah, but it was amazing. It was truly the most amazing experience ever. Like Icarus Theater, check them out. Anthony, everyone's great. The team was amazing. And yeah, I love that whole experience.
I'll have to look out for more of their work. I missed it this time around. I live here in Toronto too. So
yes.
And I do have a soft spot for the Tarragon too.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah.
So congratulations. So you became busy.
Yes.
Did you always know that acting was something that you were going to get into? Tell me a little bit about what you were like as a young budding artist.
Ooh, as a young person. No, I didn't know actually. I actually kind of stumbled into it, to be honest.
Okay.
My best friend is an actress, and she's amazing. Her name is Alma O'Driscoll, and she's fantastic. But she always knew, and we've had this conversation. She's always known since she said, like, since she was like 3 or 4 years old, she knew she wanted to be an actor. She was like, I just am an actor. And her family was just really amazing and just supporting and all that, and her whole family and my family, they're my chosen family. They're all creatives, actors, writers. Our mom is our acting coach. Like, it's amazing. But yeah, Onwin always knew, and I did not know. In hindsight, I recognize, yes, this makes so much sense for the creature that I am an actor. But I didn't. It was never on my radar until I became best friends with Onwin. And that was my first introduction to acting, was doing a play with Onwin that our mom had written called Forgotten.
Yes.
And not to be confused when I call her my mom, but she's my chosen mom, my chosen family now. So just to clarify.
I have chosen fam, so I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. She's chosen
sisters,
soulmates,
parents,
soul family.
That's lovely.
So that's how I got into it. The very first time was doing that play with Onwin, and we were both double cast as one of the leads of the play, which is called Forgotten, and it was a Peter Pan reimagining that is so beautiful. And our mom has done that play and also now has a novel of it, which is beautiful. Highly recommend.
Oh, okay,
It's called
so we'll look
Forgotten.
out for that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Forgotten by Ultimate Girl.
Okay.
But so that's how I came to acting, and I remember doing that and just loving the community aspect, loving the process, and like loving that, and being like, oh, this is magical, like
Yes.
truly.
Yes.
And yeah, when I moved in with that family and my family, and just my mom was like, maybe you should try this. Maybe you should, consider getting an agent. Maybe just see how it goes. And at the time, I was like, don't tell me what to do. But I'm so glad because I love it. I love it. I feel like I am an actor, and I love my work, and it's an honor to be able to tell stories and share that magic with other people. And so, what was your question?
No, that was the question about like, knowing if you were going to do it from young or how it came to you.
No idea. It just kind of happened,
Yeah.
and it was the most beautiful gift ever. And that's how I came.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we're here because at TIFF this year you are co-lead for NIKA Madison with the lovely Eva Thomas, who's in the background somewhere. So congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a feature film. It's about, similar to what you were saying about having besties and chosen family, you have a best friend in that film, and it's around two Indigenous women who kind of have a running with the law that is not very pleasant.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, what was it like to be asked to be in this film, and the character that you portray? How does it speak to you?
So I play Madison in NIKA and Madison.
In NIKA and Madison.
How does it feel? Oof. So when I first read the script, I was lucky to get this full script before I even did an initial self-tape.
Okay, nice.
So my process for reading scripts is I'll just go in completely blind. Like I won't read the breakdown. I won't read anything. I'll just open the script, sit my butt down, lock in, read it. And my barometer for the kind of magic of whether or not I can inherently connect with a character or a project will be apparent in the blind first read, and I'll just read it and be like, okay. And so when I have those moments, if I have those moments of connection, it gets me really excited to then go and do the self tape and then build that character. So I read NIKA and Madison not knowing anything about it, and knew that I was auditioning for Madison, but just went in completely blind. And I loved the story of the two girls. That is the heart of this story, is that sacred sisterhood. And I remember the first time I read it, just feeling more and more as the story unfolded. I remember feeling in my body, feeling like up here in like my energy, and just feeling like this kind of like this tension and this fear for these two girls and what's going to happen to them. And we've seen this story so many times go so many different ways. And that's true. That is true. I was so afraid reading the script, though, that's where we were inevitably going.
I see.
Where they would be disempowered, or they would be murdered, and I just remember feeling this and then I remember getting to that third act, getting to the end, and I won't spoil anything, but it's not what happens.
Exactly.
And there's this empowerment that is rooted in these two girls and their love for each other and their sisterhood. And I just felt that relief, and that, oh my gosh, I want to tell this story. I want to tell this story. And it honestly, reading that ending, I haven't seen that before in anything, really. Like in terms of the two being two Native women, and then also just seeing that story end in that way just really healed something in me. Seeing that opportunity to share that narrative and share that reality, that from a place of empowerment and sisterhood and like strength. And I just was like, wow, I would love to be Madison. And so that was the thing, that was the magical thing on that first blind read that really drew me to the project. And of course, I love Ellen. We've worked together a couple times prior to Nika and Madison.
Yes.
We're friends outside of it, so just the opportunity to work with someone you genuinely adore, respect, and it was just a beautiful gift.
Yeah, and I would say that the relationship between the two characters is, I mean, it makes sense because you know each other outside in real life. So
Yes.
the two of you look great on screen, and I think the chemistry is there. I also love the female power that comes through the screen when we're watching the film because there's a lot, I feel like there's that essence there.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, what was it like being on set, working with Eva and everyone else?
It was truly, it was truly, it was truly unlike any other project I've ever been able to be a part of. And yes, Eva, she's over there, I'm gesturing to her, but Eva is, having her as the writer, the director, having known that this has been a journey she's been on for some time with the short film, with the Nika and Madison coming to be the story that it is, and just having the opportunity to work with a powerful human being, and yes, also a Native woman, was just incredible. And I love having, I love that I not only exist at a time when that's possible, but it's happening. It's happening. It's happening, and I love that this film specific, like this TIFF 50. There's so many films, Indigenous films from Indigenous women, and like just Indigenous content. And I'm just really, really blessed to be alive at a time where that's what's happening, and I get to be a part of it, in the way that I can be, and it's such a gift. And then on Eva's side, obviously Ellen, being Ellen as my co-star, and just her bringing who she is to the project, and her magic and her resonance to the project, and then also had the opportunity to work with like Gail Maurice and Jen Podemsky and Billy Morasti, and just so many incredible human beings and creatives that I remember walking onto set one day when we were shooting. You've seen the movie, right?
I have.
The scene where we come into the room with and it's like the circular table, and there's like Jen Podemsky's character and Billy Morasti, and we come and we and Gail Maurice, and we come in, and there's this circular table. I remember Star, like as an actor, just like stepping through that door and seeing the table over there with all of these powerful human beings sitting around, knowing what the scene was we were about to go into. And just, it was a moment for me of it was just, the hair went up on the back of my neck. I was just like, thank you for having me. Thank you for just, I just felt overwhelming. Just thank you. And it's just, sorry to interrupt.
There's a few scenes that are kind of powerful like that for different reasons. And I think for those of us who follow certain people's careers, we notice that. And also the familiarity, like you said, of people like Jennifer Podemsky and Gail Maurice, they've been trying to break ground for a while, and it's kind of nice to see. So it's kind of nice to see. I'm excited for your premiere, so we'll see how that one goes. I wanted to ask you about you and Ellen, and whether you had any conversations about your characters off screen, whether it was like in preparation or during, and what was that like to build that, I guess, to build them maybe together?
Oh, we had so many FaceTime, so many phone calls, so many texts, so many. She doesn't live in Toronto, so we did what we could virtually. Many a phone call, hours and hours, just being excited, talking about their love, their storylines, their history, their hopes, their dreams, their fear, like all of it. Just having the opportunity to just talk about it and just be excited about it together was beautiful. And Ellen, at a certain point, did obviously come down earlier before we even went into, I think, before we went to production for sure, but even I think before we went into like pre-production, where she was able to come down and we were able to meet in person, and we were in the same neighborhood, and we could just like walk and meet up and talk and just be together and go through the script together, and just like just be excited about these two girls and sharing their stories, like being together with it was just really, really magical. And yes, we talked so much about everything, and just it was truly just a beautiful exploration.
Right. Is there a piece of the film? This is like a question that another friend usually asks in their podcast, and it's sort of like around. Um, is there a piece, a scene, or a moment, or something around the film, making the film that you kind of want to keep with you as a memento, or even a feeling, maybe?
Lots of feelings. Memento, you mean like a physical?
It could be physical, but it could also just be like, oh, it could be something like a scene from the film, or
that I want to carry with me forever. I feel like I'll always carry Madison forever in my heart, and I feel that way about every character I've ever been able to
for sure
to explore. More specifically, there is a scene, and I won't spoil anything, but there's a scene, and I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't. I obviously I think it's there, but there's a scene where NIKA and Madison are in the city at the end of the movie, and they are celebrating, and they are in joy and play, and it's the scene in the there's like a dance, there's like a you know what I'm talking about? That music, the music and it's just beautiful. It's just that moment. I remember watching Ellen during all of those montage sequences of the girls in the city. Right. I just remember just watching her and just being so. I don't even know the word. I don't know the word. May I think for a moment about what the right word would be that I'm trying to say? There's a reverence watching Ellen playing NIKA. Right. Once we were in the city, once we were outside of her world, which was the bush. Right. Once we were shooting those scenes in the city with her, with NIKA, with Ellen, just watching her experience that was just so sacred to me, and I there's the word that comes to mind is like there was just like a reverence to that, and I think I'll always carry that with me. Right. Yeah. That's a nice. I like that scene too, and I also think it's to your point about how we see in films that maybe tackle these heavy topics of young Native women and femmes and what the perils are of existing in this world, but also having these moments of joy and love that are so important to see on screen, right? Yes. So that you see the full dimension that people carry with them. Then we can be fully expressed, actualized human beings. Exactly. To know the pinnacles of our joy and our celebration, our humor and our play, as well as obviously the depths of the things that we can come up against as Native women. But it's so important to have the full spectrum in order to paint an honest picture of what it is to be human being, I guess. Right, exactly. I don't want to give too much away about the film too, but I also feel like there's a great sense of community and friendship, which I think is important. Maybe I'll just ask you what it is that you hope audiences take away, and maybe even some younger audiences that hopefully will get to see the film soon. I think the thing that I hope for is that I hope, and actually I had an interview this morning where someone said this to me, and I was like, oh, that's what I hope for. Someone said to me that after they watched the film, they called their best friend. Oh, and amazing. Said, "I love you," and that just meant so much to me, because I hope people walk away feeling the resilience and the bravery and the fierce joy and love that these two sisters share. Yes. And that's what I hope people take away from this film and carry with them. And for younger folks watching, I hope it's the same. I also hope that younger folks who watch this can maybe see Ellen and me, or look up Google and see Eva, or see everybody involved in the project, and maybe see themselves in a way of like, maybe this is something I can do. I can do this. I can do this. I think that's something that I would have loved to have had as a young person, to have that narrative offered to me through art of like, oh, there I could be, So I think that's the thing that I also hope for younger people always. Right. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what I was saying too, alluding to earlier, of having seen some names that I recognize, but it's also
the opportunity of being able to actually write the stories themselves, and now you get to embody these stories.
Yes.
And hopefully somebody else will be like you, not sure if I want to act, but maybe this is my thing after all.
Yes.
Or just be involved in storytelling, I think is also what you're saying, being able to pick up the torch in some way.
Pick up the torch and feel welcome and feel like, yes, I
Right.
have a space here. Yes.
Mhm.
Because I think everybody does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.